Okay, and Jasmine is still working on connecting, so maybe she's having trouble with her internet. Anyway, we are ready. And so I was saying that we need to accomplish 6 goals in our 1 hour meeting because we know that our time is very valuable and we want to make sure that we're wise about using our time. Um, so the first goal is to understand the fundamentals of your services and product, very intentional for us here. Second goal is we wanted to have an effective introduction. We don't want any kind of solicitation. We want to have a good Q&A portion of our meeting, which is going to be the first part of our meeting. And then the third goal is trying to figure out how we can spark that business relationship. Because, for us to spend an hour here, we want to make sure that there is a spark for starting a relationship. And then the fourth goal is expertise, which is what we have a discussion in regards to a specific topic that we can get to know your perspective, your knowledge in your business. So we understand exactly what's going on in your business. And then the fifth one is about understanding who you are. Hello, Jazz. Oh, look at you. I love the hat. Oh, what happened? We lost you there.
There we go. I think we're better now. Sorry about
Okay,
that.
there you go. So
I-
you're using your phone, right?
Actually, I just got to my laptop. I'm home now.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. We're glad that you're joining us. And we're just going through the 6 goals. So we were talking about fundamentals, introduction, relationship, expertise, and now we're understanding, getting to know people. And then lastly is if you're a member of this organization, we want to do project collaboration. Okay. Is that
All right.
good for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about you, Barry? Is it good?
Yes, sounds great.
Okay, now Barry, are you going to be able to stop? Like are you going to continue driving because you're going to have to participate in our meeting? So we want to make sure that you're not going to get in trouble. Are you there?
I will be home in just a couple of minutes, and I'll switch out to the laptop.
Okay, okay. So yeah, all right. Well, we'll wait. And Jasmine is also trying to set up her stuff here, and she's got the sunshine and everything. And we want to welcome you, Jasmine, to Fire Up Connect as an official member. I want to introduce you to Ralph. Ralph has been a member, and he does a lot of the writing for business resume and all of that. So he's got very talented, and he's still in the military, right, Ralph?
I'm retired, but I'm
Retired.
civil service now.
Okay, civil service.
Thank you
And
for your service.
Paul here is a commercial real estate broker from Rio Rancho. He's also been a member of Fire Up Connect, very dedicated in attending our meetings. So he will be a great connection for what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, nice to meet you. You do
Nice.
commercial loans, she said?
No, commercial real estate brokerage. Go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we do have access for loans. Are you in California or where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in Poway, San
Oh,
Diego. Are you in San
Oh.
Diego?
no, well, here I'm in the office in Rio Rancho, but I also do business in San Francisco. But
okay.
my business partner in San Francisco takes care of all the financing. So to answer your question, yes, we do that if
He's
that's
in
what
New
you,
Mexico.
but I am in New Mexico doing strictly commercial out here.
Understood. Okay, I thought you might have been out here in California with us. And so yeah, because what I do is I purchase either performing or defaulted loans from people like yourself, commercial or otherwise. So that's why I thought it might be interesting if you have them or if you know people who have loans that looking to get rid of.
Awesome.
Well, we
Okay.
probably need to talk.
Yeah.
All right, Barry, we're gonna wait for you to open your video and then we're gonna go ahead and continue. So the first part of our meeting is a Q&A. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask a question to Jasmine, okay? And since this is your first time meeting us, what is your expectation in regards to being a member of the Fire Up Connect? And you have 1 minute to 2 to answer the question.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I do not have expectations, mostly because I jumped into this blindly off of you, right? Your smile, your energy. You're one of the rare people that can match my energy, and dare I say my smile. So
I
I'm
love
just, I was just,
that.
I was just attracted to you and what you were doing. You're women centric, and so I'm just here to be a part of your team, and so I'm looking forward to find out what that means.
Oh, I love that, Jasmine. Thank you for being here.
Wow,
Oh, wow. Okay,
nice.
Jasmine, go ahead and ask anyone in the group except me because I'll be the last one.
So I get to ask them a question.
Yes, yes. You have fun with
Anyone,
that.
anyone.
Okay. Then I'll ask the writer. What was your name, sir? Ralph?
Ralph,
Okay.
yes.
Nice to meet you, Ralph. Then my question would be, what benefits have you gotten from the Fire Up Connect since you started, and why did you decide to join?
I decided to join because it's a great networking opportunity. I've learned that just because I write resumes doesn't mean I can't expand on writing and helping people's business purposes on top of that. So it kind of expanded my writing abilities, I guess, because I've already wrote for one person. He's a real estate agent. He says, "Hey, can you write my bio for me?"
Right. Oh, cool.
And yeah, so I did that for him, and he really liked it. So I'm like, okay, this is
Right.
helping me expand. So, and Ate Marie she's been very, very helpful in helping me connect with other people also. So
Right.
that's why I'm part of this group.
Oh,
Awesome.
thank you, Ralph. That was so awesome. All right, Ralph, you get to ask Barry or Paul, whoever you want.
Barry, I don't think I've met you yet.
This
What's
is
your
actually my first meeting, so
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, welcome. So what's your specialty in?
So to share a little bit, first off, I have a background in healthcare. Worked in healthcare for 22 years. After that time, was laid off due to COVID. Although I'm getting back into healthcare here in a couple months, but in the meantime, I've been working on my own business online, doing some affiliate marketing and stuff like that. And I'm in the process of launching a coaching business that is really geared toward helping entrepreneurs grow their revenue through just really strategic planning and different strategies to kind of help maximize their revenues.
Awesome. Barry, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
You can put your phone sideways so you
Okay.
have a better visibility of, there you go. Now
Got it.
you can totally,
Okay.
and you can
Sorry
raise
about
it a little bit up. So, because we're recording and we want people to have a good, visibility for you, okay?
Yeah.
I'm all about branding, so that's one thing you're gonna learn. All right, perfect. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Barry. Okay, Barry, you get to ask Paul a question.
So, Paul, share. Again, I'm new to this group too, so tell me about your background. I know you mentioned something about real estate. Explain that a little bit more, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. Of course. I grew up in a family. My dad, uncle were general contractor, remodelers, real estate investors in San Francisco. And their sister, my aunt, was a real estate broker in San Francisco. So I basically grew up in both the construction and real estate industries. And so I would go to work with my dad in the summers, and he'd either have a project, buy a lot, build a house. And then I started to think about it. I think I was in 10th grade, joined the union after that, graduated early, built many, many homes for a good company out there, and then did a private electrical apprenticeship program, both in the Union of San Francisco. I think it's one of the best in the Union. San Francisco, I think there's other cities, but San Francisco is really good about the unionship. And then I just got into real estate. I moved out here to, I'm an active realtor in San Francisco. My partner and I do pretty good business out there. We try to renovate older San Franciscan properties and sell those. Here in Rio Rancho, the reason why I moved out here and set up my office is I saw a huge opportunity. Time really stopped in the 70s and 80s here. So the commercial property here is really, well, inexpensive compared to San Francisco. You get it for about the quarter of the price. So we're here trying to help the city of Rio Rancho, which is relatively new, about 40 years old, to build their Civic Center Plaza. And this is a multi-million-dollar projects. So that's what I'm doing here.
Wow, very interesting.
Thank
That
you
is
very much.
awesome. All right, Paul, this is the second time you get to ask me a question, huh?
Yes, Marie Antoinette. Isn't that a nice name for this lady here? Marie, you know what? You're just an awesome person. I think part of it is your smile, and you just have a great ability with working with people. And I mean, you have 2 meetings that I go to, and I never get bored of them. I look forward to them.
Well, I'm glad that that's how you feel about it.
Yeah, and I think that, Jasmine, if you are listening, there's so many perks here. I'm a busy businessman too, and but what I love about Marie, this isn't the only platform. No, I mean, I've been on radio interviews, I've hosted radio interviews, and I'm still hoping that we get on a major station with Marie, and because my type of projects, we need to be announcing it throughout the nation and other places. Anyway, so Marie, kudos. So what gets you up in the morning, Marie? That's it.
I think I get up in the morning thinking about who I get to talk to and experience my life and see the miracles and, you know, go through the journey with everyone. Because I love seeing how people get their ideas, how they grow, how I see from their business from being here to there. I love the being the witness of that. And I like to be also a part of it, because all of us wanted to have a good legacy in life before we leave this world. So I know my calling, and I feel good about where I am and how I'm connecting to people and how I'm able to make a difference, even if it's a small part of their business. I am very happy with that I can at least, make a difference in connecting people to whoever they need to be connected to, because I know everyone here is very driven and passionate about what they wanted to do. And I know that you have a big heart to help others. So why can't I not be a part of that? So, and I'm very thankful for you guys that you are, supporting my my organization and really understanding what I'm doing for you and for other people. So I thank all of you for being here. Okay.
More women like Marie should be in this world. More
Thank
people,
you.
actually. No, anyway. All right.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much, Marie.
But anyway, so okay, looks like Martha is coming in. Oh my gosh, she's surprising us.
Martha's another awesome person.
Yes, so we're gonna get her to speak. Hello, Martha, how are you?
Hello, Martha.
All right, Martha, can you do sideways of your phone so we can see more of you there? There you go. All right. All right, Martha, we just finished our first part of our meeting, Q&A. So if you wanted to introduce yourself to everybody, so at least they get to meet you. And I think this is the first time Ralph, Jazz, and Barry is meeting you. So go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name's Martha. So I'm with Solix. So what we do is we help companies grow their businesses using data-driven business solutions. So I'm very happy that you guys are here and that we get to all meet you.
Awesome. Now, who wants to ask a question for Martha?
I do. Oh,
Okay, Paul, go ahead.
Martha, where'd you get that awesome sweater? I have one like that, actually.
My mom got it for Christmas. It's so warm. We're really
Oh,
cold
yeah.
here in Chicago, so I love it.
Oh, yeah. No, it seems like those sweaters are awesome. I have them in storage, my sweater like that. That brought back some good memories. Because, well, here in New Mexico, I mean, right now, I think it's about 49, but we get like about 320 days of sunshine out here. It's great. Anyway.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and post a question to all of you, and then you can expand it however you want. So my question to you is, being in the business, and I know we're all in different types of business categories. What is the main goal for you that really pushes you to do what you're doing? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with our. I'll say Paul. Paul, why don't you start it?
Okay. What pushes me, what gets me out of bed? That's right, Marie?
It's whatever goal that really, pushes you to do whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I think, as a young boy, I always had this drive I used to sit and watch my uncle's projects. I mean, when they used to build homes, I would just be there in like La La Land. I was just amazed at that. And my dad as well. So what drives me is now, I'm somewhat like you. I love people. There's a caring side of me that I think I get that from my mom. And so my drive here in Rio Rancho is to have the young people here stay in this beautiful state, because a lot of them leave because there aren't any options. So I'm not your typical real estate broker, commercial broker. My purpose is I want to build for a legacy, not only for me. This is way bigger than me. So this is what drives me every morning to say, man, I have this opportunity here in this city. I would have never thought, where are you going to have this opportunity to get in here and build the actual, nucleus of the city, civic center, and the rest of what needs to happen here, commercially speaking. And so this is what drives me every week to call this out to international and national investors to get on board, just because the young people, they need this. And it's our generation that helps the younger ones, where I remember when I was younger, it was the older ones that would help. So I just want to make sure that I could go to sleep at night thinking, hey, I did everything I could, and it's a better place. And because we got together, and seeing young people smile to me is awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Paul. All right, we're going to move on to Ralph.
So what drives my business? For me doing my business, shockingly, I was never a great English student. I never wrote really well. And after I joined the military, you had to write a certain way, and then I learned how to adjust things. But the main purpose why I started this was to give people just a fighting chance to get the job they want, because a lot of people don't understand that resumes are catered now compared to when you could just give a generic one, and you just mass produce it and give it to all these other companies. Now, I want to teach them that, hey, everything has to be catered, because, it's like you recruit a basketball player and they're just looking at their phone and you see a bunch of them, but then you have one that gives you eye contact, gives you that attention. That's the one you want, because now that kid is coachable. It's kind of the same thing. So that what drives me is like, I have a chance to help their careers and where they want to go. And that's what drives me.
Wow, that is amazing. All right, thank you, Ralph. Let's move on to Martha.
What drives me is my parents' experience. My father worked really hard for our family company, but I don't think he was going to grow beyond the point where he was. So I feel like he was always going to be stuck renting a warehouse from somebody in the same cycle, but he's always working really hard. But he was not going to grow, and it's because as a small business owner, you try to do everything. You try to do accounts payable, you try to do warehouse managing, you try to play so many hats, but the reality is that you cannot do everything. So when I came on board was when I was able to look at his business in a more strategic way. I was able to take the office in a strategy, sales, and accounts management and really transform his business. I mean, we went from renting a little place with a little carp, and now we have our 2.75 acre land And we have doubled our sales and our profits have like, I think times 10. I haven't really done that math. But I want small businesses to face the same thing. They work so hard. It's a family really with a great vision to grow together as a family, but they are stuck because they don't have these other experts or this other perspective in business, which is really your numbers. There's no magic. Your numbers will get you to grow, but you just need the expert eyes to get you there. And I want to help these small mom and pop businesses succeed, meet their goals, and get their kids to go to college, get their kids to go as far as beyond as they couldn't imagine, even for themselves. Even if they're 50 or they're 60, they can still have all those traveling plans, but we can do it with numbers.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So awesome. All right. We're going to move on to Jasmine.
Hello, that was, yeah, great stories, very inspirational. I think the question is really like, what is my why? And so spend a lot of time on that. Obviously I have a personal why, and then I have one that drives my business. Personally, it's my son. He's 13. I'm excited about him. I just wake up some days singing, I have a son. It's just, I waited till I was 33 to have him. I didn't think I was ever gonna have kids. So, you know, I started the company. He was 3 years old, and I just wanted to make sure that I can provide for him, and he's not wanting, he has the best experience ever. Outside of that, when it comes to the company itself, the company, I'm driven because I just want to give every person that has a capacity to an opportunity to get a shot at the same return the banks get. Okay, so hear me out on this. I do believe that no matter what you do, whether you're a resume writer or whether you're a construction guy, no matter what, you're a librarian, if you have the capacity, my capacity, I mean the mindset and the mind, because what I do is more of a cerebral game. It's not a brawn game, right? It's not like flipping. You don't go out and not how many times can you move a couch and paint a house. That's not the game. My game is all about the brain. So if you have the capacity to get it, what I like to teach people is how to acquire and profit from bank assets, which are mortgages. And I specialize in first position mortgages. And that's what's unique about what I do, because whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not, the tool that makes sure that banks are no matter what city you go into, the biggest landowner, the biggest homes, the biggest buildings downtown, those are owned by banks. And there's a reason for it, because they see profits like no one is unheard of. And the worst part about it is that myself, I have a degree in economics. I have, that's my undergrad. I have a minor in industrial organization and then an MBA. And I saw Trading Places when I was younger. So I'm going to age myself here. A few of you guys are like, what? And some of you guys are like, oh, I remember that movie, right? So I saw Trading Places when I was young, and I'm originally from New York, Bronx. And that made me believe that, there's a shot for all of us to get our piece of the pie. So what does that mean to me? The mortgage industry, letting you guys realize it is huge. Like there are trillions of dollars on the sidelines, and trillions of dollars being created. So when I say my piece, 1.000% of that. That's all you and I need. Okay, we don't need to be greedy. There's space there for us when you think about the numbers. Many of us don't realize that. They think it's such a big world. There's only room for banks, and small people like us can't survive in there. And how would we get those profits? BS. I'm here to tell you right now, I'm getting my investors anywhere from the lower side of 11% all the way up to 65. Sometimes we'll tell you up to 100+% return. But this is what they're doing on Wall Street. This is what they're doing on their funds. They're managing funds. So my goal is to bring that to every individual person out there that's hardworking, because as I started this out, no matter if you're an oceanographer or you write resumes, bottom line is you should do that worry free. You should do that happily. You should do that with the best of your ability. You should do it because you want to. I wanted to be an oceanographer when I was young. I'm in finance because there's no money there. Okay. Imagine if everyone in this world did what they did because they loved it, but they had the finances to do it. So what I will leave you with is this: Qualcomm, Jack in the Box, you name these companies. Okay. And this is really going to go to what Martha talks about. Okay. The difference between these companies and the small companies is that they all have mortgage notes. Okay. Insurance companies, when you pay your monthly payment to them, that's not what they use to pay off their claims. Okay. They all buy, insurance companies are some of our biggest clients here, they're buying performing notes, okay? And so what they do is that money is what keeps them afloat. Jack in the Box, some of you may not be old enough to know, but they killed someone before, okay? There was a time when they had a hamburger, someone ate it and they dropped dead. So you think to yourself, how is Jack in the Box doing business? They got one job. They're supposed to make hamburgers, okay? Well, they're in business because even though they killed someone with their hamburger, they own notes and they had their money coming in. They didn't have to worry about the fluctuation of the business as they went and rebranded themselves. That would have killed everyone else. It would have killed the mom and pop. But Qualcomm, General Electric, all these guys, they own mortgage notes in some respect. And that's what I want to get into your portfolio. And we're putting it in your self-directed IRAs to do to say the least, as well as outside. So anyway, I'm very excited
Awesome.
about this. So
Thank you
you.
so much, Jasmine. A lot of nuggets. Oh my gosh. I know Paul has to leave, but Paul, are you able to still stay with Barry?
Paul's on mute.
Yeah, you're
I'm sorry, what was that? Am I still?
Are you still be able to listen to Barry, or do you have?
Yes, no, I can listen to Barry. Yeah, I just
Okay.
got the text from them. They're coming in about a few minutes.
Okay,
Please,
all
go
right,
ahead. Yeah.
Barry, now your turn. Go for it.
All right. So the reason why I'm getting into coaching is because I honestly believe, but just honestly, I want to help people and I want to kind of give entrepreneurs a leg up. There's so many people that as COVID kind of come and made a major impact on our country and around the world, they look for alternatives and they're starting to dream about, you know, what it would be like to be their own boss and kind of do their own thing and produce that content and really help kind of grow their finances for their families and so forth. And they're moving away from the status quo 9-to-5 job and into more entrepreneurship. It's not something that's taught in school anywhere, unless you go to something specific like economics class or something like that. It's something that really the drive behind it is got to be kind of personal, and it's got to be tied to, you know, whatever the way you were brought up and what have you. So my thought process is if I can really help somebody make a difference in their finances, the impact for that not only impacts that family, but it impacts that community and hopefully impacts the world. And so a big part of my focus is to really help people specifically achieve their goals within their revenues and so forth, and by growing their revenues.
Awesome, thank you, Barry. Well, it looks like we had Eddie. Eddie, are you available by any chance? Because we don't see you. Okay, there you are. Okay, Eddie, can you fix your camera a little bit down so I can see more of you? Okay, there you go. All right, Eddie, can you just quickly introduce yourself to everybody, because you know, they don't know you. If you can just tell us quickly what you do and what city are you from?
Okay, I'm Eddie Gottschalk. I'm CFO of PropTech, semi-disruptive real estate technology platform where we deliver predictive analytics and the most current demographic and economic data available anywhere. And right now, I'm just trying to get it out of the garage and to realtors so they can make more sales. And just had a really great call this morning with a seated funder coach. He said, my biggest challenge is I got to get my messaging right. So I thought I'd check in with you.
All right, well, awesome, Eddie. Thank you for joining us. We just finished the second part of our meeting. So we're going to move on to the third part, which is what we call business share time. This is the time where we wanted to give you a chance to share one of your success story. And we're going to be very tight with the time here. I'm only going to give you 1 minute, either a success story or a specific challenge that you're having in the business, or a specific goal with a time frame. Because we don't want to be able, you know, we want to be able to help you and support you, but we need to know that you're going to be able to accomplish it. So I'm going to start with Paul since he is very tight with his schedule. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, I'll share a success story with you folks. Every Thursday I have like national investor webinars that I host. Well, yesterday it happened to be that the architect that him and I connected, and I drove him to one of the major sites out here, the Civic Center Plaza, and he liked it. Well, he came to this webinar, and when I saw him on the webinar, I had him as my special guest speaker there, and that just added more weight to what I am promoting. And to have an architect that specializes in design and he sees the potential out here is good, because that is a major component for what I'm trying to do out here. We want an architect to be an equity partner with us. So that was a fantastic success for us yesterday.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Ralph, you're next.
So a couple successes, helped my wife with her resume, and she ended up getting an interview with a VA hospital down in San Diego. I'm not sure if she wants to do it or not, but you know, I know what I'm doing is working. And then I also got invited to international podcast to help teach leadership and resume writing, and just focusing on looking at the tech school side of things instead of universities, from personal experience. So that's my successes.
Awesome. Okay, Ralph, let's move on to Martha.
I found my two interviewees for the radio show. The first one is Abello. So he is like national person known for helping startup companies. He's been in TED Talks. I mean, he's been in many talks from universities to this TED Talk. So I'm excited to have him. And then I have a case study where I'll bring one of my current customers to talk on the radio. So I'm excited about that.
Yay! All right. Let's move on to Jasmine.
The success story. I just had a new guy join my buyers club. I want to say like 6 or so months ago, and he purchased a portfolio, has about 8 assets in it, and he's getting a monthly income of $3,300 a month. And so he paid a little under $200,000 for that, and the value of the portfolio is 1.1 million. So what I'm excited about that is I'm all numbers. I don't know if you guys put those numbers together yet, but he's getting a double-digit return on that. And what I like to tell him is that you just bought yourself a part-time job, meaning that this is what people make at McDonald's for a whole year. You just don't have to show up. So this is what I'm just trying to do for people, is make sure they get that passive income. So when they're ready, they don't have to worry about work too much. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, Barry, your turn.
So again, I'm just starting my business. So as far as coaching business, is something that is launching this month. I have some joint ventures that basically have already kind of been lined up, and that way to kind of help build referrals and so forth. And it's going to be bi-directional referrals. So hopefully they'll refer customers to me or clients to me, and I'll do the same thing for them. But then the other part about that is I'm working toward launching a webinar right at the beginning of February. I don't have the exact date yet because I'm trying to work it out with the venue that hopefully will be sponsoring it. But my goal is to have 100 people attend the webinar, in which I'll be doing a overview of a P&L statement, profit and loss statement, and kind of explaining how somebody can figure that out for themselves. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that really don't know what their numbers are. So, kind of teaching that a little bit during the webinar to kind of give them a foundation to kind of go into understanding their numbers.
Awesome. Thank you, Barry. Okay, Eddie.
Let's see, successes. I've got some pretty slick videos done. I've got my business plan done. The goal for this week is to have a funnel optimized. I got my funnel done, but I got to make sure it converts, because you can have a funnel, but you got to make sure it converts. So we're going to be doing a lot of testing of that. Once we do that, then I'll start doing social media again and be out of the silent mode.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Eddie. Okay. So can I just take 30 seconds and give us your feedback on chat, what you think of hearing the expert, the discussion earlier, and plus the business share. Just give us your feedback of what you think and what you learned from it. 30 seconds. And, you can also take the time to put your contact information at this time too. Paul was pretty good at doing that.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm going to have to chime off, Marie and everyone. My appointment's going to be here any minute now.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Paul, for joining us.
It's been great. You guys keep up the great work. Martha, always good to see you. Jasmine, I did leave my information. I want to chat with you, please.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Appreciate it. I put mine as well.
All
And
right.
keep up the great work, Ralph. And Barry, it was awesome to meet you. Take good care, Eddie. See you. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.
All
Bye,
right.
Marie. We'll be in contact.
Yes. Okay. So now it looks like everything is in there. Make sure you save the chat. And the last thing I wanted to do is to give us an opportunity to find ideas, opportunities, and collaborate. Because again, we are here for an hour. We still have about 22 minutes to really create some magic here. So I wanted to get an opportunity. I want to ask one of you to say, what did you think about the people here? And what, since based on what you heard, did you find anything that will be a good collaboration for you? Or is there anything that you can see that it would create some business opportunities? So I'm going to start with Barry since he is a first-time visitor. Go ahead, Barry.
So I believe that there may be some opportunities to kind of strategically work together with a couple of different individuals. Again, I think the heart of the group is to really help other people. And so I think there's some opportunities from that perspective. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm kind of in the process of building, and as a part of that, I'm looking for joint venture opportunities where it's kind of like a referral-based kind of opportunity where somebody has a client of theirs that is doing well in their business, but wants to expand it, wants to grow their revenues or what have you, or maybe improve in a specific key performance indicator, that kind of thing. That's where I can kind of come in and help, especially around revenues, but it could be in other areas as well. So I'm kind of looking for that. And so there may be some opportunities from within the group for that.
All right, Barry, do you have any specific names that you can mention? So it will also trigger some appointments right away for you.
So I'm thinking, for example, maybe Marie.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Martha.
Martha, okay.
Yeah. And possibly Ralph. Just off the top of my head, that there might be some strategies there that, some things that we can do together.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so let's move on to Ralph. What about you, Ralph?
Yeah, I see most Barry, Martha, and Jasmine. Jasmine, I really like the thought of that passive income. It's always been the goal because writing services is not a very lucrative place, but it's a nice side hustle, so I can get equipment for the kids I coach. Martha, I know you can help with what I'm struggling with, and then you can help me identify my pain points and stuff like that. And Barry, I know you can help me with helping me increase revenue at some point.
Wow, love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, Martha.
I can help everyone with their numbers. I love numbers, and more than anything, I love everyone's stories. So I'll be really happy to know that I know your story and drive this vision and these goals forward. So feel free to contact me, but who can I work with specifically? I really want to talk to Jasmine. I love her energy, and I feel like her ideas really are parallel with my idea. So I would like to sit down and just talk to her and see either we can partner or how we can help each other. So I want to start that dialogue with you, Jasmine.
Wow, awesome. All right, Jasmine, your turn.
So yeah, very excited to be here. I think my big takeaway, what I put in here is that, I'm just, I don't know if I want to say floored, because I don't know, I think it was Mother Teresa or Mr. Rogers said, if, in time of chaos, look for the people that are helping, right? So I feel like I found that group of people, a little bunch of people looking to, they created businesses to help other people in times of need. So that's what's really heartwarming to me about this group. And what resonates to me is that that's really what my community is about. I have my own personal community with my Note Investment, and we are all philanthropists at heart, and we're always giving back. So with that said, obviously here because I think I can work with Marie. Part of my thing is to try to get my branding on course and just better to fit where I see myself going, align myself with people that are more professional as far as that's concerned. Ralph, very excited about this meeting with you, just more on a personal level. Just because I feel like I identify with where you are in your life, although we haven't talked much. And then of course, if you have interest in the passive income, it's definitely something that will help you out. And I'm a girl from the Bronx, so my grandmother told me that you don't have to have a lot of money to make money, and if you have a problem that money can solve, then you don't have a problem at all. So yeah, I'm looking to help anyone, no matter where they are, get to where the bankers are. I also saw Paul, definitely interested in working with him. He might have some inventory for me. And then, yeah, lastly, like the young lady said here, Martha, I just feel like we may have some synergies as far as what we're trying to help our entrepreneurs do. So I work with mostly entrepreneurs and accredited investors. So yeah, and she's right, dead on. A lot of us, and this other gentleman here is right too, Barry, a lot of us have no idea about our numbers. I just got off an hour call with my accountant in which I just admitted that. I was like, I have no idea. So I was like,
Girl, I can take your reports and I can tell you so many stories behind the numbers and you'll be impressed.
Awesome. Oh my God. I love this meeting.
I'm
Okay.
an econ major, so that's all I speak on numbers. That's the only thing that speaks to my heart in numbers.
Yes. All right, Eddie, your turn.
I forgot what the topic is. So probably the biggest thing after a lot of talking to smart people, I devalue myself. So I don't really tell the story correct. You know, why I spent 5 years, $500,000 building a product, what we need to do to step 2 and step phase 3, how we're going to turn this to a company into a revenue of making over 300 million a year. And that story is, I'm not very good at telling that story. So number one is to get that story so we can buy people, because you understand but it takes a while to really understand what I do. So my number one project is to get that story nailed down. So the next time I come in here, people will understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, Eddie, it's all about the connection and being transparent. And I think these people here, when they were telling the story, they really opened up. There was no hidden agenda. Everybody was just on point with what they wanted to do. And I think that's part of you being a scientist. I know you're all, talking about the business, but I think at the same time, Eddie is, really open up a little bit more for us so people can really resonate with you and connect with you. I am very thankful for all of you today. I think it's very magical for me today. From everything that I have heard, Jasmine, you are awesome to be an official member of Fire Connect. I'm very, very proud to have you on board. And Martha is also a member, and she also now doing a radio show. She's doing. When is your radio show on January 30th? Am I right?
Mine's on February 4th. It's going to be that Sunday, but we're recording on the 2nd.
Okay, so Martha is getting ready for her first radio show. Awesome, you guys. We had James, actually he's traveling right now, but he did his radio show recording. And I tell you, he brought 3 amazing people, and he was, challenged by doing the radio show, but he was really dedicated, and he said he's gonna nail this and he's gonna make it right. He was so pumped up, and he said he was practicing even when he was taking a shower. He was like talking about the intro. So he was telling me all of this, but I think that is the beauty about what we're doing here is we're helping everybody get outside of their comfort zone and really expand and learn more about how to connect with other people. So I thank you, everyone. Now I'm going to get a feedback, try to get some feedback. Barry, you're a first-time visitor here. Can you tell us what you think about your experience today in our meeting? And is this something that you can be a part of?
So thank you so much for inviting me. I really do appreciate it. And to everyone, thank you for making me feel welcome and a part. Right now I'm at a point where I'm trying to network and branch out. And so this was a really positive experience for me, and I'm looking forward to hopefully having the opportunity to be a part in the future as well. So thank you.
Oh wow, thank you so much, Barry. Okay, Jasmine, this is your first time. How about you in terms of the experience for your first time meeting?
Yeah, great. I actually just posted Ralph's website on my LinkedIn so everyone can see it. So just excited about some of these more organic things. So I'm just a woman of action. So if you guys are on LinkedIn, please find me. My name's there, and then let's just start networking together. I do know what it takes to start a business, and it's just us. It's a community. So let's do it.
She is a quick action decision maker. I know that because when I talked to her right away, joined, didn't really question anything else. I mean, I tell you, you can get things done with just.
God puts me where I need to be, and I just have to do it. So that's the bottom line. When I met you, it's like, take the card and we'll figure the rest out. So same with you, Ralph. We just got to do things, you know?
All right, Ralph, go ahead.
I enjoy this a lot. I wish I could come to more of these. You know, the synergy is great. Thank you, Jasmine, for doing that. But no, I enjoy these small meetings. Everybody has a chance to speak and nobody gets lost in the crowd.
Thank you so much, Ralph. All right, Martha.
I don't think I've missed any of these since I started. So I'm going to try, as long as I'm healthy, to keep coming, because this is an environment where you also practice your speech and you learn about your business too. Because I'm getting feedback in the back by, for example, Paul. He's like, you didn't mention you have a PhD, you're doing a PhD in math. So I'm kind of getting feedback. And besides, we're all learning from each other and growing.
That's impressive.
And I'm learning from every
That's
business.
impressive. You should lead with that. Certain people.
Yeah,
love
he
that.
said you didn't mention it, Martha. I'm like, oh.
Lead.
Well, you know, she did a presentation, and she was telling a story about this company where she did a budget of $10 million. And how much did you raise when you helped them with that 10 million?
So the company was constantly stuck at 4 to 5 million. I don't know. So they were going back and forth. And last year they got to 10 million, 10.5 million in sales, and their profits from 5 to 32%.
And that's what Martha does. All right, Eddie, your experience. You have to turn on your mic, please.
I was multitasking.
Okay.
So a really smart marketer who's bought 500 properties the last couple of years is helping me. And so hopefully by next week, I'm going to distill my story down, because we want to learn how to make $5 million next year. We have the data. So we got to tell people that story and not be a scammer, you know?
Well,
So
actually, I got to know Eddie because I work with her with his product. And I tell you, what he has is actually very, very valuable and important in the real estate industry. Jazz, if you can connect with Eddie, that's something that you might be surprised on how much amazing his product is. And I think you should give it a chance and meet with Eddie one-on-one.
We've met before somewhere, so I will.
That's good. Now you're meeting again, and there's more intentional scheduling here, because Eddie, you need some people like Jazz in regards to helping your business to be more prominent and to get the right people for you, because I know that in your heart you really want this information to a lot of people. And that's why I work with you, Eddie, because I trust that this is what your purpose is. And I know how it's going to make an impact in the real estate industry, and we need more people to help you. So we're gonna make a difference, Eddie, and we're gonna do our best to get you out there and to help you, you know, launch this business. And you just have to trust what we're trying to do for you, and you know, we're on it, right, Jess? All right. Okay, so I think that's all we have, and I am very grateful for all of you. Barry, we meet every Tuesday at 3:00 p.m. every Friday at 11. You're going to meet more people because the members are coming in and out in so many different ways, and I always have new members, new visitors. You're going to love this meeting, and I mean, from what you experience, I mean, definitely you're going to see more. And I hope that you join us, because not only this meeting is what you're going to get, you're going to get other opportunities for marketing exposures programs, because that's what they are getting now. I provide a magazine publication, I have a radio show, I have a TV show program, and I have real estate land opportunities. And like Jazz being here, there's more opportunities coming in. So definitely you don't want to miss that connection. And each one of these people are circled with so many amazing people, and you don't want to miss that opportunity of building that relationship with each one of us. I myself, I know that I'm not bragging about myself, but I know my asset and I know what I bring to the table. And that's why I attract a lot of good people in my group, because I know how to connect. So if you believe in what we have here, and if you see the value of each of the individual here, you will not say no to being a part of this, because that is just what you're saying no. If you don't join, you're gonna miss out. That's all I can say. All right, well, thank you so much, and make sure you save your chat, and make sure that you connect one-on-one with everyone, and you can also schedule a meeting with me one-on-one. Make sure it's an hour meeting so you have enough time to get to know each other. And then please invite other people if you wanted to see, let them see what we have. I would be very grateful for all of you if you can invite more people to come, because it's going to really, see who you are because of how we're communicating here. And that is the platform that we use here. Okay. And I appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much. And have an amazing weekend,
You too.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And don't forget, watch KCAA radio. Okay. All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
Everybody.
Thanks. Bye.